guys, let's get right into NFL. We got a bet on fade teams. Donnie, can you start us off with maybe a bet on team you're looking at?
Yeah, no, if we take a look at a bet on team, and it's one team that you can't bet on this weekend, that would be the Philadelphia Eagles. It's a show me state, as opposed to, I think they can get it done. Philadelphia Eagles right now are on that warpath right now. The only thing that's going to stop them is an injury to, massive injuries, I should say. Everybody laughed and joked when Jason Peters went down. Oh my God, you can't survive without left tackle. What are you going to do against Denver? They have the best pass rush in the NFL. Shut them down, beat them badly as well. You're going to have a break here coming back versus Dallas. It's going to be Dak versus Wentz in that game. Whatever side you're on, pick them. It's going to be on Sunday Night Football until somebody shows me right now, Drew, that the Philadelphia Eagles are not for real. They're a bet on team each and every single week right now.
All right, Donnie. We'll come to you for maybe a fade team in a minute, but I know Ian Cameron has a couple fade teams. Which ones were you looking at, Ian?
Well, we're looking at three teams in similar situations here. Teams that thought they had the chance to be good this season, teams that thought they had a chance to make the playoffs this year, and we find out they're not really that good at all. New York Giants are one. This is a team I want no part of, a coach that's on his way out, coach that can't even put words together and answer a question about what he said to his team at halftime last week. I mean, he's just completely a complete buffoon as far as I'm concerned. Ben McAdoo's just been a horrendous football coach for the New York Giants. That was a complete quit effort from them against the Rams last week. It's not just they played poorly. We know they played poorly. They played poorly most of the season. But when signs of quit are showing up in your game, when your effort and your intensity levels being questioned, that's a problem. And that's what I saw clearly from the New York Giants. That was a lay down and die, we don't give two shits attitude against the Rams. I don't want my money on a team like that. Not even maybe. They stand out as a fade. The Cincinnati Bengals are another one. How on earth with this in a game that you absolutely must have against the Jacksonville Jaguars to really maintain any sort of semblance in this playoff race, and you end up just having a horrendous second half. The offense does absolutely nothing, looks completely inept. Whatever little spark they got from Bill Lazor on the onset, taking over as offensive coordinator, that's gone right down the tubes again for the Cincinnati Bengals. Just been horrendous on the offensive side. They're a team that's obviously disappointed with where they are, and I'm not sure their effort level is one that I am concerned that I think going forward is going to be strong. And then you've got the Houston Texans, and unfortunately, Houston probably isn't in terms of their effort as bad as Cincinnati or the Giants in terms of can it be questioned. But when you lose a Deshaun Watson and you have Tom Savage in there and unable to move the football consistently against one of the worst defenses in the NFL last week in the Indianapolis Colts, you got issues. And that's all there is to it. They're banged up on defense. It hasn't been the same defense at all since Watt and Merciless went down. That secondary misses A.J. Boye, who's no longer there. I said that was a huge loss for them in the offseason. They haven't replaced him with anybody as good or better. That's a bad defense right now, a quarterback that you can't trust. Houston, Cincy, Giants, put them all in the dumpster. I want no part of them.
All three fade city for Ian. And Donnie, back to you with another bet on team or fade team, excuse me.
Yeah, there's one dump truck team out there, which I made some money on last week. And keep in mind, folks, I haven't bet anything this week, but Ian brings up one of the teams, which I'm actually looking opposite of. That dumpster fire team right now, until they get Jimmy Garoppolo, is your San Francisco 49ers. When they run C.J. Beathard out there, whenever C.J. Beathard starts a football game, folks, go out, refinance your house, go to the bank, borrow a loan, hit the guy on the street corner. I don't care if you have to pay 3-4 points a week in juice, borrow some money off of him and fade the 49ers with everything in your life. Doesn't matter that they're playing the Giants. Doesn't matter if they're going to play a JUCO team this weekend. Doesn't matter if they're going to play the local JV high school football team. As long as C.J. Beathard is a quarterback in the NFL and slated to play 4 quarters like he is for this Sunday, run as fast as you can. Go to your mom's house and refinance her house. Forge the documents. Forge your parents' documents to get cash out on their house, and then you can pay their house off, and they can thank you later.
Yeah, the effort for San Francisco is not the issue. They're trying. They're playing hard. It
doesn't matter. If you look at their injury report right now for San Francisco, that's not an NFL football team. That's embarrassing to have C.J. Beathard out there. Flat out disgrace.
It's not that bad.
What's that?
Come on, Don.
Beathard have you watched him play football?
He
bad,
is atrocious. I don't think he's as bad as you're making him out to be. You're making him out to be Bobby.
Okay, give me a quarterback better.
Line. You have to give him that. He's got no offensive line there. None, zero.
He has no offensive line. He has no weapons. He has no defense. He has nothing on that football team. Why is he a good quarterback?
He's better than like Kevin Hogan and people like that. I don't think he's that bad.
Is Kevin Hogan starting? What I miss? Is Kevin Hogan starting this weekend? I missed something?
Well, look, I'm not going to argue with you. You're difficult to argue with. I'm just saying.
Let's build a case then. Build me a case for why you think San Francisco's a bet-on team with Beathard.
I'm not saying he's a bet-on team. I don't think he's that bad, though. You're making him out to be like you said he could beat it. You couldn't beat a JUCO team. That's a little.
They can't beat a JUCO team, San Francisco right now. Did you watch the game against an awful Arizona team? Arizona gets blasted by everybody lately. Stanton went out there and just disrespected that whole San Francisco football team. San Francisco is the worst team in the NFL right now with C.J. Beathard. But if you remember last week on the Roundtable, wait till Jimmy Garoppolo gets in there, and then they'll be able to move the football. Right now, C.J. Beathard, that whole front office should get fired for having C.J. Beathard as your quarterback right now. At least he should have kept Hoyer around at least to run the offense. Come on.
And we can't forget, too, that he already had one of his legs in the wheelchair already. Yet Adrian Peterson still managed to absolutely torch that team running the football on the ground last week. So even defensively, San Francisco, and it's a product of the offense, can't stay on the field, can't sustain drives, can't keep it going on third down. It's always, once it gets to third down, their conversion rate is terrible on offense, San Francisco, and it's putting the defense in a predicament where, and they're not a great defense to begin with, but they're on the field just too damn much, and they're getting ripped apart.
They're bad. They're a really, really bad football team. If they played right now with C.J. Beathard at quarterback, the Browns would ice that San Francisco football team right now.
Guys, good breakdown there. CJ Beathard, the old Iowa Hawkeye, missed his days there in the Big Ten. But we got a game to break down in the NFL. Let's go New Orleans versus Buffalo. Looks like it's New Orleans open -1. Now some 3s showing 2.5. This is a good one to shop around. We got 3s at Heritage and BetChris right now on the SBR odds screen. Also 2.5 at 5 dimes right now. So very important half point here on the 3 in the NFL, as we all know. Guys, let's break this one down. 46.5 the total. Big man, you want to start us off on this one?
Yeah, I got some question marks about this game just because, you know, you have a team that plays in a dome going outside. Weather could be a problem in this game. I know in the Midwest it's supposed to rain on Saturday, so I'd imagine maybe that could be an issue in this game. It's raw, it's cold at this point in the Northeast, so that could be concerning for Drew Brees. But you know, you have to look at this without the weather concerns. You look at the Saints, guys. I mean, 6 wins in a row. They've covered all 6 games. They forced 12 turnovers in those 6 games. Defense is really playing great. I mean, really impressive. I mean, you always want to pile on the Saints. You're coming into the year, you know, all this talk about they have new personnel. They're going to change it up. They're a lot better. They've been pretty good. It's been impressive. And, you know, you saw last week, I think we all kind of talked about it. The Bills' pass defense is not particularly good. It's concerning when you got Drew Brees coming in. Alvin Kamara's been great. You know, you look at getting some of the guys back healthy. You know, the guy like Willie Snead. You know, people like that. This offense is really kind of humming right now. And the Bills are giving up 250 passing yards a game. I mean, they're not particularly strong in the secondary. They've had some injuries as well. I've been impressed with the Saints. They're 5-0 as a favorite against the spread. The weather's concerning here just because of you taking a guy out of a dome. That's always concerning. But overall, Drew's been pretty good this year. I lean on the Saints here, but it's a tough one. Buffalo's a pretty good football team. They were kind of embarrassed on national TV in their last game, so that's always kind of a red flag if you're looking to bet against. I lean Saints, but I got questions on the weather here.
Donnie, any difference in opinion on this game?
It's the spot I like Buffalo in. I don't like Buffalo laying 7. I don't like Buffalo laying 10. I don't like Buffalo going on the road. I like Buffalo at home in one of those field goal type games where they're laying or getting those type of points. You saw them dismantle the Oakland Raiders, who, again, say what you want about the Oakland Raiders. They do have some weapons out there, decent quarterback, decent offensive line, completely took them apart. The one thing we always like to catch is Drew Brees on the road. Now, when Drew Brees goes on the road, let's just say maybe Tampa Bay, Carolina, stays down west, you know, in the Southwest, in that area, goes out west where it's nice weather conditions. If we're looking in Buffalo, we're going to get some weather here. And I'm not talking about, 25 degrees and 40-mile-an-hour winds. Just give me a little bit. Give me that high 30s, low 40s, maybe 10, 15-mile-an-hour winds. That really upsets this New Orleans football team, the New Orleans offense to speak of there. When you look at Tyrod Taylor as a quarterback, not the greatest thrower in the world, but if you put him in a little bit of elements, he's going to make plays with his feet, and they play really well at home. Kelvin Benjamin will be in for this football game. Another nice red zone weapon that they are lacking right now. Lean on Shady McCoy in this game. Lean on Tyrod Taylor running it out of the backfield. And again, you have a little bit extra prep time. Sean McDermott's a pretty good football coach and a damn good defensive coordinator. He has a little bit extra time to prepare for this New Orleans offense. Is the Buffalo going to blow them out? No. But right now, I'm going to lean towards taking the Buffalo Bills. I love the spot when the Bills are laying 3 or getting 3 at home. Always advantageous to bet the Buffalo Bills.
And Donnie, you bring up weather here. It's always an interesting handicap. Is that something you're going to wait on or fire away now?
No. I mean, it's. I don't think there's supposed to be any real wet. Like, we're not waiting on torrential rains, or is there going to be 6 to 8 inches of snow or massive wind at this point? So weather's almost going to be like a bonus. Like right now, if you're looking 38 degrees, 5-mile-an-hour winds, you'd like to see the winds be a little bit higher. But anytime you get Drew Brees out of that dome comfort, basketball arena where you can just throw the ball wherever you want and put it on a dime wherever you want, a little bit different when he does step outdoors. And Buffalo's going to be excited for this football game. Had a week and a half off to get ready. I would lean on the Buffalo Bills at this point. But weather-wise, it doesn't look like it's going to be that drastic there, but it always helps the cooler it gets for a dome team.
Yeah, absolutely, man. And Ian, this is kind of in your neck of the woods. Any opinion on it?
The neck of the woods, like Mystical and Outcast once said. But yeah, this is going to be an interesting game here. We've got Saints and Bills. Bills have been terrific at home, not just good, terrific at home. 4-0 straight up, 3-0-1 against the spread. They have always played better at home, and it's been that way in the Tyrod Taylor era. He, as a quarterback, has played better consistently here at New Era Field in Orchard Park than he has on the road, and I wouldn't expect that to not continue here in this game. He's been more comfortable. This Bills offense has been more aggressive at home. They've made more plays. Certainly getting Kelvin Benjamin integrated into this offense at wide receiver is going to help this Bills offense this week, and the extra time to prepare and practice and get ready. And with a quality coach that knows what to do with that extra time, unlike Rex Ryan and Sean McDermott, that's going to help this Bills team. Buffalo's not a team I want to bet against at home. That's all there is to it. I know the Saints are playing really good football. Give them credit. The Saints really playing good. They've won 6 straight games, covered 6 straight games. Not an easy team to go against right now, but you got to go on the road. And when you look at what they've done on the road this year, their last 3 road wins, all with an asterisk to me. Carolina on the road when Cam Newton wasn't right, when he was still struggling early in the year. Miami, which is, they are what they are. And Green Bay with Brett Hundley at quarterback. Okay, those are the 3 road wins for the New Orleans Saints. This is going to be a tough challenge, I think, for them. And I'm going to make a case not only for Buffalo, I'll lean that way in the side perspective, but also over the total. I'm a little concerned with the weather. I'm going to wait on this till Friday, Saturday. We get a more accurate forecast because they are talking about chance of rain showers, 15 to 25 mile per hour winds. The wind concerns me a lot more, guys, than the rain. Moderate winds. I just don't want the winds to get higher than that. But this Buffalo over trend, I've said it before and I'll say it again at home, is remarkable. 11-1. 11-1 to the over in 12 home games for the Buffalo Bills since the start of last season. That's an under-the-radar totals trend, and it's not one I'm bucking. So I'm looking Bills and over, side and total in this game.
All right, Ian. And big man, Ian and Donnie both touched on handicap and the weather. You want to kind of wait until Thursday, Friday, Saturday to make your bets based on the weather, or will you fire away early in the week?
Yeah, no, I wouldn't. I especially Buffalo. They got the lake right there. I wouldn't be jumping to bet this game early personally. I don't really bet the NFL generally till later in the week anyway. When I do, it's Sunday morning probably. So, no, I wouldn't bet on it, especially because it's Buffalo. There's always a concern that weather will be a problem. And he mentioned wind. I mean, that's going to affect the team that loves to throw the ball around. They're familiar with playing in a dome. They don't go to Buffalo very often, I'd imagine. So, yeah, I would definitely be a little bit more concerned as the week goes on. I'd wait a little bit for that one.
Okay, well, good stuff, guys.
Hey guys, thanks for tuning in to our channel. Now, we've put a lot of work into producing all these free videos, so please help us out and keep all our content free for you forever by simply liking, sharing, commenting, and subscribing. Now, not to mention, a visit to our industry-leading website will warm the hearts of all our SBR employees, especially myself. Now, the links are over there to the left, so do check those out. Thanks for watching.